If you are a fan of Formula One, you would have heard a lot of talk that George Russell is now better than Lewis Hamilton. In this video, we will look at the statistics to see if this is a true statement or not. Let's get started. In statistics, the first thing we need is data. So I went ahead and got all the data for Russell versus Hamilton. In this chart, we can see that Hamilton and Russell have competed against each other 25 times for Mercedes. 22 times last season and 3 times this season. In addition, we can see the qualifying finish, the points finish, and the position finish for each race. We'll start by looking at 2022. If you simply take the bottom line, Russell scored more points than Hamilton. He had 275 versus Hamilton, who only had 240. This averages to 10.9 points per race for Hamilton and 12.5 points per race for Russell. Russell also won the head-to-head, finishing ahead of Hamilton 13 times in the season. When it came to qualifying, Hamilton was slightly better than Russell. He outqualified Russell 13 times last season. When you dig a little deeper, averaging the qualifying positions over the course of the season, you see that Hamilton and Russell are neck to neck. Hamilton has a slightly higher qualifying position at 6.41 versus Russell, who's at 6.45. Looking at this, you might say that Russell is the better driver. He almost matches Hamilton's qualifying pace and outperformed Hamilton in the races, which is what really matters. But this data as a whole does not show the full picture. This is where context is very important. During the first 8 races of the 2022 season, porpoising was a major issue for the drivers. During this porpoising period, Hamilton was really struggling with his driving. If you look at the first 8 races, you can see that Russell way outperformed Hamilton. Head-to-head, it was 7-1 in races, 5-3 in qualifying, and he had way more points, 12.38 per race as compared to Hamilton's 7.75. However, after the car stopped porpoising, Hamilton totally dominated. He was 10-4 in qualifying, 8-6 in races, and even had a higher average points, 12.71 as compared to 12.57 for Russell. This is a telling statistic because Hamilton had 2 DNFs during this period while Russell only had 1. So in 12 races, Hamilton scored more points than Russell did in 13 races. Now let's look into 2023. So far, there have only been 3 races: the Bahrain Grand Prix, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and the Australian Grand Prix. And we can see that Russell outqualified Hamilton in all 3 of these races. However, when it comes to points, Hamilton has 20 and Russell has 18. My belief is for 2023, it's far too early to tell who's the better driver. So looking at all the data, the 25 races between Hamilton and Russell, one thing is clear: Russell is a great driver. But to rate him ahead of Hamilton, I think it's a little too early. What are your thoughts? Do you think that George Russell is better than Lewis Hamilton? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video and consider subscribing to the channel for more great Formula One content.